Hello everyone. In today's class, we're going to discuss about Rolle's theorem. So, what the Rolle's theorem says, suppose there is a function f of x defined on the closed interval a comma b. That means for each and every value x taken from a to b will give you f of x, which is finite in nature. Then we say a function is defined on this interval. And further, it is satisfying the following conditions. That means you're going to give value for x starting from a to b, then you'll get corresponding f of x. Okay, so let me write a and b. So this is my a and this is my b. You're giving value for x starting from here to here, then you'll get corresponding f of x's. So at x equal to a, you'll get f of a. At x equal to b, you'll get f of b. Okay, so this side, I'm saying it is x equal to a. Here height is f of a, and this height is f of b. Okay, let me move this. This height is f of b. Okay, so at x equal to a, this height is f of a, and at x equal to b, this height is f of b. So similarly, for all the real numbers in between a and b, you'll get corresponding f of x values, right? And what they are saying is it is finite. So these values which you're going to get f of x for x taken from a to b, for all of them f of x is finite. Then further, what they are saying is f of x is continuous in the closed interval a comma b. So they are saying our function is continuous in the interval closed interval a comma b. That means at x equal to a, your f of x is continuous. That is, limit as x tends to a, f of x must be equal to f of a. Similarly, at b, limit as x tends to a, x tends to b, f of x must be equal to f of b. Similarly, at all the points in between a and b, it satisfies the continuity condition. That is, limit exists and value of the function also exists at all the points. Then only we say f of x is continuous in an interval. So what is meant by continuity in an interval? It is continuous at a, b, as well as in between all the points. Then we say f of x is continuous in the interval. So they are given f of x is continuous at all the points starting from a to b. That means limit exists and value of the function also exists, and both are equal. Limit exists. This is the condition for continuity. Limit exists, limit as say x tends to a exists, and that should be equal to value of the function. That should be equal to value of the function at that point. So here our point is a. So similarly, this condition holds for all the points which you are going to take from a to b. For all of them, this is true. The next condition, f of x is differentiable in the open interval a comma b. So excluding the endpoints, at all other points in between a and b, your f of x is differentiable. That means f dash of x exists. F dash of x exists. You know the formula for f dash of x. Say x naught is a point in between these two. Then limit as x tends to x naught. F of x minus f of x naught divided by x minus x naught. So this will be equal to limit as x tends to x naught extends to x naught. Slope formula, line joining 2 points, f of x minus f of x naught divided by x minus x naught. X minus x naught. This is the formula for f dash of x naught. F dash of x naught. Right? So what they are saying is f of x is differentiable in the open interval a comma b. So excluding the endpoints, at all the points, derivative exists. And further, f of a must be equal to f of b. That means height at x equal to a, you'll get f of x, that is f of a. And for x equal to b, you'll get f of b. What they are saying, these two heights must be same. These two must be same. If these three condition holds, then there exists at least one C. There might be more than one C, but compulsorily there exists at least one C such that f dash of C equal to 0. And your C lies in between A and B, not at the endpoints, in between A and B. Right? What is the meaning of f dash of C equal to 0? See, let me draw a picture. Right? Let me erase this a little. Let me draw this. Okay. So what I'm saying is, let me erase this completely. That will be fine. Okay, let me draw. See this. This is our picture. So this is f of a, this is f of b, and it is continuous, right? Assume that it is differentiable also. Now what I'm saying is, see, there exists at least one point C, I mean such that f dash of C equal to 0. That is slope of the tangent drawn at C, slope of the tangent, because you know the derivative meaning, slope of the tangent at the point C will be equal to 0. And that C lies in between A and B. See, suppose this is your C. This is your C. See here, you draw the slope, you draw a tangent at this point. You draw a tangent at this point. You draw a tangent at this point, just a minute. Now see this. Say we have drawn a tangent at the point C. And at the point C, see this tangent. This tangent is parallel to x-axis. Am I right? What is the slope of x-axis? 0. So slope of this tangent is also 0. And we know that slope means derivative at that point, f dash of C. That means limit as x tends to C, f of x minus f of C divided by x minus C. That will be equal to 0, because that will be parallel to x-axis. So like this, there might be many tangents for which slope may be 0. For example, let me take one more picture like this. Now see here. See, there is one within A to B, there is one tangent here drawn at this point, which is parallel to x-axis. There is one more tangent at this point, which is parallel to x-axis. There can be one more tangent which is drawn at this point, which is parallel to x-axis. We can draw one more tangent here, which is parallel to x-axis. We can draw one more tangent at this point, which is parallel to x-axis. So for all of them, the slope is 0. So like this, you may get 1 point. I mean, if these conditions are satisfied, you'll get at least 1 point at which slope of the tangent will be 0, or there may be many points at which slope of the tangent will be 0. But anyhow, this gives you guarantee that there exists at least 1 point. There might be more than 1 point also, right? So you have to see at which point it is satisfying. Okay. What it is saying, there exists at least one C where slope of the tangent will be 0. That means if you draw a tangent at that point, see this tangent, I can draw this tangent here also, that is parallel to x-axis. This at this point also, at this point also. See here also it is parallel, here also it is parallel. So like this, I can get many tangents which are parallel to x-axis, and slope of the x-axis is 0. So, and you know, if any two straight lines are parallel, their slopes are same. Because of that fact, slope of this tangent is also 0. So the theorem gives you guarantee that there exists at least one C if these conditions are satisfied. There may be more than one C also. Okay. Now let us move on to next. So let us see a few examples, and we'll write the maxima program also. Okay. Now what it is saying, verify Rolle's theorem for the function f of x equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6 in the interval closed interval 1 comma 3, which is continuous in closed interval 1 comma 3. Already they are given this is continuous and differentiable in 1 comma 3. Already they are given it is differentiable, right? So what your Rolle's theorem says, that function which is defined on the closed interval a comma b satisfying these conditions, that is f of x is continuous, f of x is differentiable, and f of a is equal to f of b, then there exists this C which satisfies this condition. But already they are given this function is continuous. So first condition is satisfied, right? And it is differentiable. Second condition is also satisfied. Only thing we have to verify the third condition. That is whether your f of a is equal to f of b. If this condition holds, then there exists at least one C such that f dash of C equal to 0. Okay. And C lies in between a and b. That we need to see. All right, let us see that one, and also plot f of x and f dash of x in the interval closed interval 1 comma 3. So we have to draw the graph of the function as well as its derivative. So further we have to write the maxima program for this. All right, now what is the given function? Your given function is f of x equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6, right? Remember, this is a polynomial, cubic polynomial of degree 3. And you know that polynomials are always continuous. Polynomials are always continuous everywhere. So, since f of x is a polynomial, it is continuous in the closed interval 1 comma 3. Right? Further, what is the derivative of f of x? Differentiate this. Derivative of x cube is 3x square. Minus derivative of 6x square is 6 is constant, so you'll get 12x. This is 12x. Okay, 12x plus derivative of 11x. 11 is constant, so 11 into 1 is 11. You'll get 3x square minus 12x plus 11, which is again a polynomial in x. And this is differentiable. This is differentiable in the open interval 1 comma 3. Polynomials are always differentiable. Okay. Now, further, so these two conditions are holding because they are given, they are true. Now let us see the third one. F of a, here a is 1 and b is 3. Okay. So f of 1, substitute x equal to 1 in this interval, in this polynomial. You will get 1 cube minus 6 into 1 square plus 11 into 1 minus 6, which gives you 0. And further, f of 3. That is 3 cube. Put x equal to 3. 3 cube minus 6 into 3 square plus 11 into 3 minus 6. That will also give you 0. That means if you take the picture, what you are getting is f of 1 is 0. So that means f of x is 0 here at x equal to 1. Suppose this is x equal to 1, then what you are getting is at this point height is 0. Where the height will be 0, that means this point comes on x-axis, right? And further, when you give x equal to 3, suppose this is 3, then your height is 0. So that means graph is coming over x-axis like this. Let me draw the graph and let me take that one inside. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Hold for a while. Just a minute. Let me draw the graph. Assume that it is like this. So here, okay. It is like this. So this is x equal to 1 and this is x equal to 3. So it is coming over here, not necessarily like this, but somewhat in that form. Okay. Now, so this is x equal to 1 and this is x equal to 3. And your f of 1 is 0. That means it is coming over here on x-axis. F of 3 is also 0. So it is coming over x-axis. And their heights are equal. Therefore, third condition is satisfied. So all the conditions required for Rolle's theorem are satisfied. Hence, by Rolle's theorem, there exists at least one C such that f dash of C equal to 0, where C lies in between A and B. Here A and B is 1 and 3. So let us see. So by Rolle's theorem, there exists at least one C such that f dash of C equal to 0, where C lies in between 1 and 3. Now, what is your f dash of x? It is 3x square minus 12x plus 11. So substitute, here C. Okay, substitute in place of x, C. So you'll get 3c square minus 12c plus 11 must be equal to 0. So this implies, now find out C using Sridhara formula. Minus b, here minus b is minus 12. So minus into minus plus 12 plus or minus square root of b square, that is 144, 12 square minus 4ac, 4 into 11 into 3 divided by 6. Or you'll get 12 plus or minus square root of 12. And 12 can be written as 4 into 3. If I take out 4 outside, that becomes 2 root 3. And I'll take out 2 outside. So you'll get 6 plus or minus root 3. And 2 gets cancels with this. So you'll get 6 plus or minus root 3 by 3. Divide each term in the numerator separately by denominator. 6 by 3 will give you 2. Plus or minus root 3 by 3 is 1 by 3. So this is 2 plus 1 by root 3 or 2 minus 1 by root 3. And you should note that 2 plus 1 by root 3 also lies within 3. And 2 minus 1 by root 3 also lies within 1 and 3. Therefore, there exists two values of C satisfying f dash of C equal to 0. So this is how you have to find the value of C at which the slope of the tangent drawn to the curve is 0. Now let us write maxima program for this. As usual, we start with kilol. What is your A value? 1. So A colon. Remember, for assigning any temporary variable with a value, you have to use colon. A colon 1, B colon 3. I don't want to display them, so I've used $sign. Now, what was your function? For assigning a function, you have to use functional assignment operator, that is colon with equal sign. This assigns the function. Okay, f of x colon with equal sign. What was your function? X cube, that is x cap 3 minus 6 into x cap 2 plus 11 into x minus 6. So I want to display this. I've used semicolon. Then we have to calculate FA. What is your FA? It is f of a. So I want to assign FA with f of a. So that's why you have to use evaluate f of x, comma, x colon a. That gives you x equal to a, right? That gives you f of a at x equal to a. I want to display this, so I will use semicolon. But I want to store, I want to display this one as f of a equal to some number. That's why you have to write apostrophe, single apostrophe f of a. This displays as it is f of a. That will be equal to this answer, f of fa value. But remember, your fa is f of a actually. So your f of a has been stored in fa. Whenever you want to call f of a, you have to call fa, right? Similarly, fb, which is colon evaluate f of x, comma, x colon b with semicolon. That has been, if you want to display, I want to show you this one as f of b equal to some number. But remember, this has been stored in fb. Then further, if fa equal to fb, that is the only condition which was left out, because already it is continuous and differentiable. Only thing we have to see the third condition. So that's why if fa equal to fb, then within simple bracket, I'm writing, because there are more than one statement is there, print within double apostrophe, all the conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied, right? After this, put a comma, because I want to go with few more lines. Then I'll find out derivative. What is the derivative of f of x? That is also a function. So I'm calling this one as f1x colon with equal sign. Differentiate f of x, comma, with respect to variable x, comma, one time f dash of x. Again, comma, because I am continuing with another line, print within double apostrophe, I'm writing f dash of c equal to 0 implies, comma, right? Because we want to find, if that is true, we want to find f dash of c equal to 0 implies this. So this will be displayed here. And that f dash of c has been stored in f1. So f1 of c equal to 0. That gives you equation, right? Then further, I want to find out what is my c. See, that is what you did. After that, you have to find c. So let us find out c. How? C colon, because there are floating values are there. That means after decimal point, you are getting some terms other than 0. So float, within float you have to write solve. You have solved this equation, isn't it? So solve, that has been stored in f1. Solve f1 of c equal to 0. That means f dash of c equal to 0. This is f dash of c. Okay, so f1 of c, f dash of c has been written as f1 of c equal to 0, right? This gives you c value. Print within double apostrophe the values of cr, comma, c. This gives you c values. This displays the c values. Then further, comma, print within double apostrophe, at least one of the value of c lies between within double apostrophe, comma, a already we are stored, we are calling it. That's why we want to execute this. Hence, you should not write this one in double apostrophe. Otherwise, it displays a itself. But I want a value of a, which is 1, comma, within double apostrophe, and will be displayed as it is, comma, b value will be displayed here. After this, I've taken a simple bracket. That means if fa equal to fb, then all these statements will be executed. If this is true, then it will execute. Suppose if fa is not equal to fb, if this fails, then it goes for this. Else, print within double apostrophe, one of the condition of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied, and hence Rolle's theorem is not applicable. Close the loop. So this gives you whether Rolle's theorem is applicable or not, and if it is applicable, it displays the value of c till here. Now for plotting the graph of f of x, you have to plot the graph of f of x and f dash of x. For that, you have to use wx plot to 2D. Wx plot to 2D, not draw 2D. I'm using plot 2D. Within simple bracket, you have to write two square brackets. One for writing the function, the other one for writing the range. See, within first square bracket, f of x, that is your first function, comma, and its derivative. Where you stored your derivative? f1 of x. So f1 of x. So close the bracket, comma. In the next square bracket, your variable is x. So x, comma, from where to where it is varying? It is varying from 1 to 3. So 1, comma 3. Close the square bracket. Right? Within simple bracket, you have to write everything. Within first square bracket, functions. Then in the next square bracket, you have to write the range for variable. Then close the program, that is with $sign. This gives you graph of f of x and f dash of x. We'll see that when we execute these programs in Maxima. Similarly, verify Rolle's theorem for the function f of x equal to log of x square plus 2 divided by 3x in the interval, closed interval 1, 2, which is continuous in this and differentiable in the open interval 1, 2, and plot f of x and f dash of x in the interval 1, 2, not 1, 3. Okay, 1, 2 only. Now, given this function, now you know that at all the points limit of this exists, and they are given it is continuous. So it is continuous, and further they are given it is differentiable. Let us differentiate this. How? Outside function is log, so derivative of log is 1 by of this. So 1 by x square plus 2 divided by 3x. Now forget log. Differentiate this. This is u by v form. So denominator square, then denominator into derivative of numerator. What is the derivative of x square plus 2? It is 2x, and derivative of 2 is 0, minus numerator x square plus 2 into derivative of denominator, derivative of 3x is 3. Now multiply and simplify this. If this goes to numerator, that becomes 3x by x square plus 2 into, multiply this, you'll get 6x square minus 3x square minus 6 by 3x square. So 6x square minus 3x square is 3x square. Between 3x square and 6, 3 is common. So you'll get x square minus 2. And 1, 3x gets cancels. You'll get simply 3 into x square plus 2. So 3x into this, multiply x by x with this, you'll get x cube plus 2x into 3. 3 cancels. You'll get x square minus 2 divided by x cube plus 2x. That is your f dash of x. So that is existing. Now only thing remaining is to verify whether f of 1 is equal to f of 2 or not. If it is, then Rolle's theorem is applicable. What is your f of 1? Put x equal to 1 in this. So you'll get 1 square plus 2, log of 1 square plus 2 divided by 3, which is log of 1 plus 2 divided by 3, which is 3 by 3, which is 1. Log 1 is 0. Similarly, f of 2, log of 2 square plus 2, which is 4 plus 2, which is 6, divided by 6, which is 1. Log 1 is 0. Therefore, f of 1 equal to f of 2. Hence, all the conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied. Therefore, by Rolle's theorem, there exists at least one C such that f dash of C equal to 0, where C lies in between 1 and 2. Now we have to find the value of C. So f dash of C equal to 0 implies, put C equal to, put x equal to C in this, you will get C square minus 2 divided by C cube plus 2C. Cross multiply, you will get C square minus 2 equal to 0, or C square equal to 2, or C equal to plus or minus 2. But remember, there are two values are there for C here. One is plus 2, another one minus 2. But our C must lie in between 1 and 2. If I take minus root 2, minus value will not come in between 1 and 2. Therefore, we cannot consider this curve. Though C may take this value, we cannot consider this value C, because it does not come in between 1 and 2. So there exists only one value, that is C equal to root 2, which comes in between 1 and 2, satisfying f dash of C equal to 0. So this theorem has given a guarantee that there exists at least one value c at which the slope, slope of the tangent drawn at that point will be equal to 0. Though there are 2 points at which if you draw a tangent, you are getting 0, but we want a tangent within this range 1 to 2. So that is satisfied only by this value. Okay, write the maxima program. As usual, kill all, a value is 1, b value is 2, and your function is log of this. Find out FA, FB. If FA equal to FB, write all the conditions which are satisfied. That is, print all the conditions of theorem, Rolle's theorem are satisfied, comma, f1 of x. Differentiate this. Find out f dash of c equal to 0. That gives you equation. That means this c square minus 2 by c cube plus 2c equal to 0. That will be shown here. Okay, and find out c value by solving f dash of c equal to 0. You'll get c value, and that will be displayed here. And print at least one of the values c lies in between a and b. Close the simple bracket. If this is not true, then print one of the condition of Rolle's theorem fails, and hence Rolle's theorem is not applicable. And to plot the graph, wx plot 2d within simple bracket, right? Within simple bracket, you have to take 2 square brackets separated by comma. In the first square bracket, write f of x, comma, f1 of x. That gives you f of x and f dash of x graph within the range x, comma, 1 to 2. That is 1, comma 2. So this is how you have to write the program, and also you have to solve the manual solving to verify the Rolle's theorem. I've given 3 problems, and all 3 are polynomials. All 3 are polynomials. You work out and write them as assignment. We'll execute these program in Maxima now. Now, as usual, we start with kill all. Kill all. Okay, so I don't want to display this. Then a value, a colon 1 in the first program, and b value is 3 in the first program. Okay, then you have to define the function f of x colon with equal sign. Functional assignment operator. X cap 3 minus 6 into x cap 2 plus 11 into x, 11 into x minus 6 or plus 6? Plus 6. Okay, then next, after this, you have to find FA, right? Simply you can give FA if you just want to display FA itself. If you want to display that one as f of a equal to some number, then you have to define f of a. I'll show you both of them. FA, which is evaluate f of x, comma x at a, display this. Then FB, which is evaluate f of x at x equal to b. Then after finding this, now you have to verify whether FA is equal to FB or not. If FA is equal to FB, then within simple bracket you have to write. Okay. So first statement is print all the conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied within apostrophe. Okay, then comma. After this, you have to find out f1 of x. What is your f1 of x? That is derivative. f1 of x is also a function. So differentiate f of x with respect to x one time. And after this, we have to find, what do you have to find? Print f dash of c equal to 0 implies comma, f1 of c is equal to 0. Okay. After this, what do you have to find? After this, you have to find print. You have to write. This is the remaining thing that we need to write. Next statement we have taken is we have to write. What we need to write? Just a minute. Let me see. So we can calculate C value. That's not an issue. So yeah, C value we can calculate. C value. What is your C value? C value is float of within bracket you have to solve within bracket. What do you have to solve? F1 of C equal to 0. That you need to solve. Right? Comma. Then you have to print the value of C. Print the value of C or that will be stored in C. So display that. Then print. Further, you're going to print at least one of the value of C lies in between. So I want to display a value. So stop it here with a comma a, then comma. Don't give double apostrophe for this. If you give double apostrophe, it displays a. That's it. It will not give actual value which is stored in a. Then within double apostrophe and comma, everything has been separated by comma. And I want to display b value. So b. Further, I don't want to continue any line. So I'll put a, sorry, here I have to put a semicolon. Okay. Now, so this, if FA equal to FB, then all of this statement will be executed. If not, if it fails, then it prints one of the condition of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied, and hence Rolle's theorem is not applicable. Close the loop. So this gives you the verification of Rolle's x minus 6 equal to 0. See? X cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6 equal to 0. So this is f of a. If you want to display f of a, I'll show you. You have to give f of a equal to. If you want to display f of b, apostrophe f of b equal to f of a. If you give apostrophe f of a, it takes f of 1. Apostrophe f of b, it takes f of 3. Right? Is equal to fa, fb. Fa is this, fb is this. Both are 0. So when both are 0, they are equal. Therefore, this condition will be executed. That means all the conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied. That is displayed. It has calculated f dash of x, and print f dash of c equal to 0 implies f1 of c equal to 0. That is 3c square minus 12c plus 11 equal to 0. Same thing, right? Then the value of c has been stored in this, and that has been displayed, right? So at least one of the values c lies in between 1 and 3. Now to plot the graph, what you do is you type wx plot 2d. Within simple bracket, you have to take 2 square bracket. In the first square bracket, you have to write f of x, comma, f1 of x. And in the second bracket, you have to write the range for x. That is from 1 to 3. See, the blue line indicates the actual curve, x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6. See, this is the actual curve. Okay, and your derivative curve 3x square minus 12x plus 11, which is this line, red line, right? And see, at around 2, right, you can draw at the point around 2, you can draw a tangent at 1.422 for this curve, which will be parallel to x-axis, that is what it is saying. Okay, and at 2.577 here, right, wherein you can draw a tangent which is parallel to x-axis. See, this is your x-axis, 0 0, right? Here this is line x-axis. Okay, so at this line your y-axis length is 0. So at these 2 points you are getting tangents which are parallel to x-axis. See, this is how you can write the program for verifying Rolle's theorem, and you can plot the graphs. Now let us see another example. What was that? A equal to 1, b equal to 2, and f of x is log of, there are two values are there. One for numerator, x cap 2 plus 2, x square plus 2, and in the denominator you add divided by 3 into x. 3 into x. Okay. Then remaining things are same, right? And the graph is from 1 to 2. That's it. See, here, what did he say? Oh, here, do one thing. It is taking this one as x square plus 2 divided by 3. So you just put a bracket for denominator also. Now see. This is your f of x, which is equal to log of x square plus 2 divided by 3x. Your f1 of c is also 0. f2 of c is also 0. F dash of c equal to 0 implies this. But remember, we got the answer as c square minus 2 divided by cq plus 2c. But here it is showing you something else. What you do is, here, this is the one which is giving you that equation. We'll put rational simplification for this. Rad simp of this. And let us see what the answer will be. Okay? If we put rational simplification, it is giving you c square minus 2 divided by cq plus 2c equal to 0, which was the answer which we obtained by manually. Same answer. So if you want to get the simplified answer, you have to use rational simplification. Okay, and the values of c are this. But we know that within our range 1 to 2, only c equal to 1.4142 will come. So that is what it is showing you. See, the blue line indicates the actual function, the red line indicates the derivative, right? And at 1.4 something, see here, at 1.4, it is, if you draw a tangent at this point, it will be 0. That is, it is parallel to x-axis. See here, height is 0. So this is how you can execute the program using Maxima. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.